So there truly are a group of people that's really trying to outmaneuver God. 40 some years I've spent in this country talking about heaven on earth. You, the American people, black and white, men and women, young and old, and others in America, living as though you are in heaven, suffering for nothing, and have had no effect whatsoever. The other way has had a lot of effect. This morning I was awakened by the news. A gentleman who everybody back in 2016 who had political interest referred to as demonic. He came out and said he could go down Fifth Avenue and kill a person, and his supporters would not mind. He was saying that he could go and kill, thou shalt not kill, but he could go down on Fifth Avenue and kill. And his supporters, thou shalt not kill, his supporters are those who support killing. So if he's evil, then these evil folks would support him for killing folks. And they followed him until he became president. They followed him in every act of violation against the rules and protocol of this country. They supported him in the American public. They supported him in the Congress. The United States senators, Republicans, supported all the evil things that this man did against the country. If they didn't support it by right on, they supported it by shutting up. Either way, he was allowed to do what he has been doing. The House of Representatives, the Republicans did the same thing. And only a few Republicans outside of the political process would speak truth to power. And a couple of those, I believe, were even in the Senate and in the House who spoke truth to power. And they were what? Castigated. They were kicked out for telling the truth. That tells you, you got this killer, thou shalt not kill. You got his supporters. You got people who were trying to hold him to the fire. And when they spoke truth to it, they were kicked out. No evil accepted. No goodness accepted. And so right now, his bad walk has got him into the courts. And what is he saying? All of the ugliness, all of the evil that he represents is coming out through the media, and it's going all over the country and to the world how evil he is. He's already weaponized when he was in office everything he needed to weaponize to get his way. The FBI, the Department of Justice, he says, yeah, they're corruptible because he corrupted it. He brought in an attorney general to do his biddings, and he did his biddings. So yes, it is corruptible. So now you're confused because you have seen corruption in it, and now he's claiming corruption in it, and his people supporting him. It doesn't matter whether he's lying or not. And you are the one that's confused. And you are the ones that's going to make the wrong decision. They know what decision they're going to make. They're going to go on the side of evil, and you don't know which is evil and which is not. Isn't that something? Well, I think about for the past 12 years I've been on the internet, and I've been speaking about this heaven on earth. And in these 12 years, I've gotten about 466 subscribers. You can get a guy come or a lady come on today and spew any old kind of trash. I mean trash. And have 1,000 subscribers before noon. That's where people's interests are. And so people's interest, as far as I can see, in this heaven on earth, and this is what the Creator is concerned about. Creating thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven, or giving it everything that you got, even the life that you live today must be, if you think you're representing God, because this is what God is about, must be about thy will being done on earth as it is in heaven. Now you come here, you don't know that. You don't know anything about that. You come here under the guides of the same old system. Donald Trump, this most evil, vile person, came here innocent, but he was brought up under the authority of his father and white people and the other people. And he is vicious. He is vicious. And all his supporters were brought up under people just like he was. And they are vicious and vicious. That's why when he said go down to January 6th and bring your guns, that's why those guys came, because they were brought up under the teachings of the same kind of evilness. This is what they were taught. This is what they know. And you can't be playing games with them. What I mean by playing games with them, I'm saying that putting people in jail might serve a purpose for the one that you put in jail, but it is not stopping what created the ones that you're putting in jail, unless we, the people, change. And we, the people, can't change if we don't know what change is. We got people out there, the same people that went out and said they could kill folks and get away with it. You got the church, when this man and his folks were held accountable, were trying to be held accountable. You had the church, the rich churches, the white churches over there calling sound some spirit from Africa, from anywhere in the world to come over here and help this evil man who can go down the street and kill folks and get away with it. Come over here and free him, the man who can go out and grab people by the pussy and don't get away with it. Come on, bring this man, come on, save this man, because we need him. We need him. And that's what they're saying today. He comes out today talking about crooked Joe Biden. And here he is with those words coming out of his mouth. And he's being held for everything that he is saying that Joe Biden is doing. And he's calling it out perfect. Why? Because he's doing it. He knows exactly what he's doing. He's just trying to put another man's name on it. And his public buys into it. But you are confused. You don't know if it is or if it isn't. Ladies and gentlemen, the only way you can protect yourselves, when you start going, I don't know, you got to do the right thing. And telling yourself that out of all these years, after your loved one, your children, your parents, your cousins and friends have died, and you sitting around talking about they up there with the Father, I don't know where your people are. I don't know where my people are. I don't know where my kids are. I don't know where my parents are. But I know one thing, I know where they are not. They're not up there in some heaven. Why? Because they're not fit to be in heaven. Just like none of us are fit to be in heaven. None of us are fit to be in heaven, challenging God. Is there anybody in this country other than maybe Sanders considering that people can have health care free, that they can have education free, that they can have housing free, that they can have food free, that they can have transportation free? Is there anybody considering that people could have infrastructure free? Is there anybody considering that we could have a wonderful life free? And somebody might say, well, how you going to have it free? Everything costs money. No, it doesn't cost money. Money has nothing to do with it. Money's the scam. The only thing that it costs is that you, the people, recognize that we are not God. We are creatures made by our God. And that the same thing that satisfies one of us satisfies all of us. And the resources necessary to cause those things to be are here free. The only thing holding us back is us. But we have been prepared so we can put our hands to the plow. We create all of this stuff, whatever exists on the face of the earth. We created it. And it really didn't cost one penny. All of the money investment was just a plain old scam. It's just a cover lie that allows we, the people, to be ripped off by people who say that they are smarter than the rest of us, that they can rip us off like this. They can become multi-billionaires, and they can buy spaceships and fly up in the sky and float around and smoke a joint. Yeah, this is what it's all about, while others are sleeping in the streets. Why? Because we don't have any idea about truth. We don't know anything about God. When you turn your television on, you see these ghetto towns in every city, every state. You got them. They're everywhere. People suffering, and other folks just talking about getting money and getting mad with one another because you don't have enough money, rather than getting mad with that which creates it, which is ignorance. That's what created it. We are not following God. We have no idea what God is. But listen to Basic Human Rights for All People by Eddie Marcus, and you'll get a message about God. It's not about raising money. It's not about getting yourself profitable at the expense of others, or just because you paid your $1,000 seed God gonna bless you, but he's not gonna bless that dude because he didn't have $1,000 to give. In fact, he didn't have nothing to give. In fact, he's not gonna get anything out the deal. The only people gonna get something out of it is the preacher. And he got you thinking you might get something for paying your 1,000. Biggest crook ass game that's been played on the people. Well, it's not new. It's always here. It's just that it very seldom gets somebody that will stand up and tell you. Well, usually the reason that they don't get up and tell you is because they don't know.